According to Megan Ronson's 2014 article in Science News magazine titled World's Largest Dinosaur, the largest dinosaur discovered stretched a bit longer than a 25-meter swimming pool and as tall as a two-story building, weighing more than 59,000 kilograms. That's more than 7 T-Rexes. Massive beasts like this one ruled our planet for centuries before their demise. The very same planet that we walk today was once covered with dinosaurs of all different shapes and sizes. Our planet was once the center of one of the most cataclysmic events in history when a giant meteor wiped out this species. My name is Jennifer Burnett, and I started learning about dinosaurs when I was first told of this event as a child. Since then, my love and respect for these animals has grown. Dinosaurs were once the rulers of our world and at the top of the food chain, but were immediately wiped out when a giant meteor impacted our atmosphere. First, I'll explain to you what makes dinosaurs some of the coolest creatures to have walked our Earth. Then I'll be discussing how the species was wiped out during a great asteroid impact 65 billion years ago. Sorry, meteor impact 65.5 billion years ago, when the Earth was in its most primitive stages. Finally, we will look at the impact that dinosaurs have on our culture and how they still fascinate people to this day. Picture the Earth 70 billion years ago. You would probably see Brachiosauruses, T-Rexes, Velociraptors, and countless other exotic-looking dinosaurs feeding and breeding naturally amongst each other. Dinosaurs were some of the fiercest and toughest species around. The world was once humanless, and dinosaurs were the dominant species worldwide. They were at the top of the food chain, they were a huge part of the ecosystem, and faced a rugged world of instability. This involves rising sea levels, mountain forming, and volcanism. Dinosaurs dominated because of their special adaptations. John Roach explains in his 2003 article on National Geographic News that some dinosaurs have horns growing from their foreheads like mythical creatures, others had long claws and spikes, in addition to towering necks, feathered limbs, pointy fingers, and shrunken arms, all had a purpose. All of these characteristics helped the dinosaurs survive, not to mention it made them look really, really cool. It's clear that no creatures today are quite as large and fearsome as dinosaurs. Although, how is it that such a fearsome species was obliterated in a matter of hours? A great meteor ripped through our atmosphere 65.5 billion years ago, causing extreme heat and death. There were natural disasters immediately following, such as earthquakes, tsunamis, tidal waves, and fires. It's hard to imagine a species being gone instantaneously, but that's not exactly what happened. In fact, it took a few hours for the entire process to take place. The Earth would start heating up from the energy released in the impact. It would be 80 degrees, then 90 degrees, then 150 degrees, then 500 degrees, and so on until reaching about 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. By this time, your blood will have already started to boil and you would be dead. When the meteor ripped a hole in our atmosphere, it's said that if you stood in the right place at the right time, you would be looking at a giant hole with a starry view of space during the middle of the day. Of course, this is just before you were immediately obliterated because of the meteor. But that would be something cool to see. Let's see. The 6-mile-long meteor impacted Earth, put an end to the dinosaurs, though some scientists still debate whether the species showed signs of declination before the meteor hit because of conditions on Earth. According to Jennifer Villegas' 2012 article on the Discovery News titled Dinosaurs on the Road to Extinction Before Asteroid Strike, the dinosaurs living during this time were undergoing major changes before the asteroid hit. Now that you've heard more on the dinosaurs' extinction, I'm sure you're wondering, is it possible that a catastrophe like this could happen to us? And it is entirely possible that something like this could happen to us. That is why most people to this day are still so intrigued by the subject. We live on Earth, we have warning systems in place to prepare us for an event like this. The dinosaurs did not. People are still fascinated by dinosaurs because we think about the fact that their death could also be ours. Any meteor could come hurtling towards our planet and rip into it, causing mass devastation. This is why people are still so fascinated by the dinosaurs' extinction. Dinosaurs represent an old Earth that we did not experience. Our planet was undergoing severe change during this time, and it brought about an incredible species we still admire today, even though we've never actually seen them. Of course, Jurassic Park still serves as an accurate representation of dinosaurs, which is why it grossed about $400 million, at the box office. We like to imagine our world with dinosaurs. Mankind has always been intrigued by what we don't know, and this is why we're so fascinated with the species. Now that we've discussed why dinosaurs are some of the coolest creatures genetically and how they became extinct and why most people admire them today, let's wrap things up. Scientists and archaeologists are still digging for answers. Steven Spielberg is still making residuals. I think it's safe to say that dinosaurs, though they are extinct, have surely stood the test of time and have a place in our world forever. Dinosaurs were once the rulers of our world at the top of the food chain, but were immediately wiped out when a giant meteor ripped through Earth. Dinosaurs are some of the most interesting animals that ever have lived on Earth. When the huge meteor struck, it ripped a hole in our atmosphere at unimaginable speeds. And today we still address the species and the calamity that they faced with fascination and curiosity. Could a meteor wipe out our species in a matter of hours? Of course it could. That's why the dinosaur story is so interesting. Anything is possible in this universe that we live in, and dinosaurs are just a reminder of how finite life is and how that the only true constant in